Hey everybody, it's your girl Shella and welcome back to my online world. For today's video is a very short video because this is one of your requests, guys. So a lot of you requested me to create a video about the differences between Filipino and Korean culture. So this is it, pansit. So to be honest, at first I was doubtful to film this video because first of all, I've never been to Korea. I've never experienced anything in Korea yet, so hopefully I can visit Korea as soon as possible for me to explore Korea and then, tour you guys in Korea. For now, I'm just gonna make this video by the help of my Korean jagya, oppa, and my Korean friends who are very supportive with my YouTube career. So they told me that they wanted to help me, give me a lot of, some information about Korean culture. So this is it. I have something here. I can't memorize, so that's the reason why I have notes here. Guys, this video is only for those people that are interested about Korean culture and Filipino culture. What are the differences between these two cultures? Alright? And I know, guys, a lot of YouTubers already made a video about this, but I just want to create my own video for you guys. So if you're interested about this video, just keep on watching. First is that let's talk about transportation. Transportation in the Philippines, we normally use cash. Sometimes we have Grab in urban areas. Some of them, they use a credit card or a debit card or even GCash, because in Bohol, where I am at right now, we don't have Grab as of the moment. In Cebu, they have Grab there, so basically they can pay cashless for the transportation. Right? But for rural areas, just like my place, we really need to use, cash. Especially if you guys visited Philippines already, if you've experienced to take like a tricycle, or we have a new type of tricycle right now that we call it tok-tok. It's a little bit bigger than the usual tricycle we have in the Philippines. And then, or multi-cab, or the jeepney, or the jeep, they normally put like a note inside that sinsilyo lang sa umaga, which means pay using points or exact amount of money early in the morning, because of course they still don't have money in order for them to give us a change. So that's it. And then we use that coin to do like that, para lang or diri lang. In Visayan we use diri lang, like that. So yeah, basically that's it. That's it for the Philippines. We normally use cash. Yeah, that's it for the Philippines. Now let's talk about in Korea. So I have notes here. I'm sorry, because I don't want to give false information, so I just want to read it. I don't want to miss anything that my Korean friends told me. So for the Korean transportation, they normally don't use cash there, even if it's not transportation actually. So for the transportation, they use the money card. So a lot of travelers or a lot of the YouTubers that I've used to watch, they said you have to buy a T-money card to make it easier for you to travel in Korea. My Korean friend told me that T-money card actually in Korea usually used by kids or students, or especially those elderly people. Now, why? Because T-money card is actually reloadable card that can be used in many things, and it's more convenient. Alright, so just to give you an idea what is a T-money card. So it's a rechargeable series of smart cards and other smart devices used for paying transportation around Seoul and other cities as well. Also use T-money card in any affiliated stores. However, based on my experience, Upa told me that he usually use credit card or debit card to pay for his transportation. If you have seen, I know a lot of you guys are watching K-dramas here, right? Whenever they take a bus, they just have to do like swipe or tap something, which is the card, the T-money card. They have to tap it or credit card. I don't know if they just have to swipe it or not, but they have to tap something near the driver before they go and choose their seat, right? So that's it for the transportation in Korea. I know this is pretty much familiar for you guys, but next is that sign of respect. In the Philippines, we use po and opo. So in every sentence, the end of the sentence, we use po or we use opo. However, opo and po commonly used on Luzon part of the Philippines, which are people from Manila, Cebu, Mindanao. Some of us we use po or opo, but very, very rare. Very few of us use that one because that's a Tagalog word. So in Mindanao and Visayas part of the Philippines, we don't have that. What we normally do is that we just change like the tone of our voice. On top of that one is that this is very, very common in the Philippines. Less or you don't have to do mano or bless whenever you're talking to a person younger than you. This is only people that are older than you. But some Filipinos, just like me, if you're just like younger than me for like 3 years, I don't want you to like mano. It's because I feel old. I don't know. I just want you to, you can call me ate if you want. For those people that are like 5 years or 10 years or more younger than me, of course, they can mano or I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's for the Philippines. Alright? So now let's talk about Korea. I have Konigo again because, you know, I'm studying Korean by myself. I'm still focusing on how to speak and, you know, understand the way they talk because, you know, I'm still in the process. So I'm still not able to, you know, do a lot of research about the Korean culture. Not unless I visit there and really experience. I think that's the most effective one. You know, you will be able to experience things. So sign of respect in Korea is that bowing, or what they call jol or jol. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not good at pronunciation when it comes to Korean words or 한국어. 한국어 조금 할 수 있어요. Right? So bowing, again, they bow like that, and then they bow like that. And then that's what they call jul. This is the most common way on how you show your respect with Korean people. Now, wherein a person who's younger or lower in position bows to someone older or in a higher position. So they do bow like that. Now, bowing or big bow, that's what it means. This is only used for the most formal occasion, you know, to show respect to that person. For example, like Lunar Year or Harvest Festival, which is, we normally, if we have Korean friends, they normally talk about Chuseok, right? They prepare foods like that. That's it. They also have the level of speaking. Okay? In the Philippines a while ago, I mentioned that we just adjust the tone of our voice depending on the person that we are talking with. In Korea, it's also like that. They have level of speaking. Now, they have banmal. You will use banmal if you're talking to your friends or a person with same age, right? Same age. Now, we have chondemal, or use this level of speaking if you're talking to an elderly people or a person that is in a higher position. Again, if you're talking to your friends or people with the same age, you use banmal. And if you're talking to a person that is actually older than you or in a higher position than you, then you will use, right? That's it. That's for the level of speaking. Now, let's talk about household. In the Philippines, we are actually hospitable people. You know why? It's because when we meet our friends, we always ask our friends, "Oh, come to my house, come to my house. Let's sleep over there, or let's cook something there, and then let's do videoke there or karaoke there." That's what they have known in Korea. So sing along, something like that, and eat. Your mom will prepare foods for your friends, or you will prepare foods for your friends like that. If your family will welcome your friends as well. Now, That is really, really common in the Philippines. Filipino people will like get a lot of foods and put it in a box and then give it to your friends. Oh, you may bring this one, bring this one, bring this one. Give it to your parents, sister, your siblings, like that. That's how we Filipinos do. So that's why we are very hospitable. Now, in Korea, yes, some Koreans, they will invite you to visit their home. But most of them, when they meet their friends, especially if you just met, then they will invite you to eat ramen. Sometimes ramen. Oh, wanna eat ramen with me? Or drink beer. Or soju. It depends. I don't know. It's your agreement, guys. Or ask you to come and grab a coffee. Because a lot of Koreans, they also like to work or to hang out in the cafe, you know. So, as what as I have observed, you know, with my Upa and my Korean friends, what they like to do. Another thing is that in the Philippines, once we get in our house, we always have to make sure that we leave our slippers or our shoes or sandals outside because that's dirty, of course. Then we have a different like slippers inside the house, or even in the bathroom we have like that, where we can use that one inside the house. But in Korea, some of them, you are really not allowed to bring your slippers inside the house because that's dirty. If you have noticed, Korean people, some of them will eat or even sleep, you know, in the floor. So it is very important for the Korean people to make sure that the floor is really, really clean, because you know that's where they eat sometimes, where they sleep sometimes. Another thing in the Philippines is that whenever you are drinking drinking with your friends, families, or whoever it is, whenever you drink, you just have like, there's what we call gunner. Gunner? Is it gunner? I'm sorry, I'm not really into like drinking alcohol, but I experience that as well, of course, because I have friends, so I also have to hang out with them sometimes. So that's it. Someone like, I don't know if it's gunner or not. If I am not mistaken, it's really gunner, but if I am wrong, just let me know. But that's someone who will mix all the drinks. You know, in the Philippines, that's very, very popular that we mix, you know, drink. Like, I don't know, like maybe wine or maybe juice, something like that. And JSM Blue, that's what I have remembered when I, you know, used to hang out with my friends and drink. So that's it. But, you know, like, normally we normally use one glass, and then everybody will use that glass. Bawal maarte sa Philippines. Ganon. In Korea, what they normally do is that you have the small, if you notice that one in K-dramas as well, or if you watch my vlog when I ate samgyeopsal and, you know, drunk soju, if you have seen that, you will notice that we actually use a small glass for the soju, because soju is really, really strong for me. I don't know, I can drink beer, but if you've noticed his hands, or your Korean friends or Korean boyfriend's hands, whenever they like give you a drink, they have like that. I don't know, I have to watch it again. You have to accept it using your two hands like that, because in the Philippines we just like that. Whatever hand is more comfortable for you, you can use it. But in Korea, it would be more respectful if you accept it using your two lovely hands. Eating. In the Philippines, we'll say, kain tayo. In Tagalog. In my place in Bohol, we say, mangaon ta. In Korea, they also have 잘 먹겠습니다, 잘 먹겠습니다, like that, which means I'll enjoy the meal. I know this one very much because I know you know a lot about Korea. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for me to say this one.
So it's dating in the Philippines and in Korea.
So in the Philippines, if you're in a serious relationship, you wanted to make sure, even if you just dated for a month or a week, but you know that you are serious with your partner, you want to introduce your partner to your friends and especially to your family. Bring your girlfriend or boyfriend in your house and introduce to your family. That's a very common thing in the Philippines. In Korea, yes, Koreans also do that, but most of them, they normally like introduce you especially to their family. They're already thinking to marry you. They think, I want to marry this girl, I want to marry this man. So if you have Korean girlfriend or Korean boyfriend and they haven't introduced you yet to their family, just don't take it negatively, because again, we have different culture. Of course, they are gonna follow their own culture, we're gonna follow our own culture, but it's our decision to be in a relationship with a foreigner, so we have to make sure we do adjustments, right? Understand each other's culture, beliefs, and whatever it is. So that's it. Don't take it negatively. That's it. If your Korean boyfriend is actually showing the love that you actually wanted to receive from him or from her, then that's totally fine. You have to wait for the right time that he or she will eventually, introduce you to his or her family, which is very, very good. Alright, I think that's it for today, guys. I can't think that much because madali ang vlog lang to. I actually don't have a lot of time. I just got home from work, so I just grabbed the opportunity to film a video for you guys before I go and sleep. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. If you wanted to request more videos in the future, don't hesitate to tell me. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below so that I'll be able to film it as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. 안녕, 안녕 여러분. 사랑해.